The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
This copyrighted telecast is the property of Black Bear Sports Properties, LLC, an affiliate of Learfield Sports, LLC, under rights granted by the University of Maine. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, reproduction, or other dissemination or use of this telecast or any part of it without the express written consent of Black Bear Sports Properties, LLC, is prohibited. This legal disclaimer is brought to you by Lanham, Blackwell & Baber, proud supporter of the Black Bears. If you have any legal questions, visit them at lanhamblackwell.com.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Black Bear Insider. I'm your host, Brian Sullivan, and we've got a great show on tap for you this week. We'll speak with Maine women's soccer coach Scott Atherley, not to mention we're going to talk to Maine football super sophomore, a redshirt, Christoph Malumba Chimenga. The Black Bear defense looking fantastic to start the 2014 campaign. We'll venture into the classroom with Maine women's basketball player Liz Wood, and we'll pound the pavement with the Maine men's basketball team as they run a 5K in honor of the fallen heroes from 9/11. University of Maine Athletic Director Carlton Creech will stop by to talk about the new video board on the football field and what it means for the overall athletic program. We'll also talk rules and regulation and compliance corner and a look at the upcoming schedule. That and much, much more. This is the Black Bear Insider.
The Black Bear Insider is brought to you by Lanham, Blackwell & Baber, U.S. Cellular, UMaine Recreation and Fitness Center, Fisher Plows, Maine Savings Federal Credit Union, EBS Building Supplies, and Digital Workshop.
So, with US Cellular, you get 4 lines and 10 gigs for $140 a month. And you can upgrade your phone every year. Say, upgrade.
Upgrade? US Cellular lets you upgrade every year?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Great. Just sign this.
This is how I sign up?
I don't make the rules, Mr. Westbrook.
At US Cellular, get 4 lines with 10 gigs for just $140 a month and upgrade your phone every year. US Cellular, hello better.
Under the bright lights of your playing field, one performer continues to shine. The Fisher Extreme V. With durable X-bracing, the Extreme V carries the load. With precision passes, the power to bust through, the maximum protection of the Fisher Trip Edge, and the brightest lights available. Fisher, your business, our passion.
Learn more at vplowfacts.com.
Welcome back to the Black Bear Insider, now joined by Maine women's soccer head coach Scott Atherley. Scott, thank you very much for being here. Now, here in Orono, it's a very interesting time. You've dealt with a very young class of rookies trying to acclimate them to the student-athlete life here with the soccer.
Yeah, we have a third of our team are brand new. We have 8 freshmen, and they've been here since July 1st, so they've worked really hard to integrate into our system. They're facing the typical challenges that first-year student-athletes face, but you know, by and large, they've done a remarkable job, and they've made an impact.
Now, what sort of things do you do to try and ingratiate the new players with the old players?
Yeah, well, I think it's a product. A lot of it is time and opportunity, and they come in July for summer school. They take 6 credits. It's a tremendous commitment because they give up their summer, but I think ultimately they appreciate having the opportunity to acclimate. So by the time they hit practice for the first time and they compete, they know each other, and they're well adjusted, or as adjusted as they can be.
Sure, just a way to. It is a very different time. You go away from mom and dad for the first time. You come in. That's nice to have maybe a soft landing.
It is.
Get a few
It's
credits
a great
under your
bridge.
belt.
It really is.
Sure. Now, a few things different here in Orono this year. In particular, we're standing on the soccer field, but not all the games will be played here.
Right. Half of our games are going to be played and have been played on the turf on Mahaney Diamond. And really, it's allowed us to do 2 things. One, our players love playing on turf, and so it really suits our style because it's fast. The second thing is we'll have the luxury of being able to play at night. And when you look at teams across the country, when they're playing midweek games, and I say Thursday is a midweek game, for us as a conference game, everybody's playing at night. So our players love to play at night. They love to play on turf, and to be able to have that at our disposal has been just a tremendous boost for our program.
No, this isn't something that happened overnight. This is something you've worked on and wanted to have happen.
Yeah, I think it's something that we talked about for a long time, and I think everybody collectively within the department and on campus really made a concerted effort to see how this, to make it come to fruition. And it really was a collective effort.
There was a few injuries popped up for you in between the net and at a goalie. Explain to me exactly what happened.
Well, injuries are part of the game, and nobody can predict when they're going to happen, if they're going to happen. But we found ourselves in a situation early where both of our starting goalkeepers, who happened to be national team pool players for Canada, got injured in the same game. And we were on the road trip, and we were in Connecticut, and we were in a situation in the second game, in the Fordham game, where Lauren she couldn't kick the ball. So we had to obviously adjust our tactics and kind of had a scheme to adjust for her injury. But following the game, I called Elise Applegate, who is our third goalkeeper for the last 3 years, and I said, Elise, I've got an opportunity for you. And ironically, the story here is that for 3 years she played 8 minutes of soccer in her career, and within 5 days she was our starting goalkeeper, played 180 minutes, and really has done a remarkable job in that situation. Hadn't played in 10 months.
Have you ever been in a situation like that as a coach where not only one goalie goes down, but two in one game?
Never been in a situation where we've had to rely on our third goalkeeper in my 30 years, 25 years of coaching. But hey, it is what it is, and that's life. And I guess I look at it as that I've been real fortunate.
Can you navigate us through the American East and what we can expect?
Yeah, I think you can expect that it's going to go down to the wire. Historically, if you look at how the last 5 years have played out, you go into the final week of the season with literally points separating the second and sixth seeded teams, and that happened to us 2 years ago. Into the final match of the season, we could have we could have finished anywhere between second and sixth. We ended up finishing second. Last year, we were heading into our last game with the right to win the league title outright in our last game, and we ended up losing in overtime and finishing as the third seed. So I expect the same thing. Tremendous parity. Throw out the results in the non-conference season. When it's time to play conference games, the parity is just tremendous, as is the competition.
And you think this squad's got what it takes to go head-to-head?
We really do. And the great news for us, and I think this is from our standpoint, is we're getting healthier and we're getting players back. So our confidence is going to improve our confidence. And for those players that maybe we didn't anticipate playing early on, they've gained valuable experience that's really going to help us in our home stretch and give us that boost and that experience when we're looking for it.
Okay, Scott, thank you very much for your time. We're now going to send things over to Maine Athletic Director Carlton Creech in Carlton's Corner.
Well, I got to see it for the first time August 30th in our win over Norfolk State, and it really added so much to the game day atmosphere. The generosity of Phil and Susan Morse to make that happen for us. It's a great addition to game day at Alphons Stadium. It also provides us greater access to the community by being able to put corporate sponsorship signage directly on the video board through Black Bear Sports Properties. So it's a great way for us to engage the local business community and help our fans experience a better game day at Alphons Stadium.
From a student perspective, there's a great upside for them when they come to games. Student athletes feel a little better about what they're doing at our games, I think, in terms of having that big time feel with the video board. And I think we've got some down the road, we might be able to do some things in the community with it.
This is a pretty complex system here. There's probably a crew of 5 to 6 people at least in the video room, and then another 5 or 6 people. So by the time you add it all up, we're talking a dozen people to get all the camera angles and roll the film and edit everything.
It's one of the biggest videos, maybe the biggest video board in northern New England. And so it's a spectacle in and of itself. But it's just a great way. We've got instant replays, constant video stream of the football game going, plus special features throughout the game that you can't see if you're not here. And so you've got to be here to witness it.
I think it just adds to the excitement of the game. We've never been able to see a replay. We had that first game and there was a big play in a game and you could watch the big play in person and turn the other direction and look at the video board and see the replay. And that's, we haven't been able to do that before at a football game, and it's very exciting to be able to do that.
The opportunity to be up on a 15 by 32 HD board is something that all fans want to embrace and gather around and get that opportunity to see themselves up on the big board.
The video board looks like big-time college football. It's a Division I experience. It gets us ahead of some of our competitors in the Colonial Athletic Conference, so it's also a game changer for us from a recruiting standpoint to get the best student athletes on our campus that we can.
Stick around. When the Black Bear Insider comes back, we'll speak with Christoph Malumba Chimanga, the leader of the Black Hole Maine football defense.
You support your Black Bears at the game. Now, you can support them everywhere you go. Introducing the exclusive Black Bear debit card only at Maine Savings. The Black Bear debit card is free to you and supports the Black Bear Fund each time you use your card for a purchase. Just open a Red Wallet account at Maine Savings. Stop into our new College Avenue branch or any of our other convenient branches. Show your pride. Make a difference. The exclusive Black Bear debit card only at Maine Savings.
EBS Building Supplies knows time is the most valuable resource you have. That's why they offer free delivery anywhere in their service area. Fast, convenient, and free. That's the EBS way. So whether you're a professional contractor or a do-it-yourself homeowner, no delivery is too small or too big, and custom ordering is always available. Use EBS free delivery to make your life easier and your home improvement project complete faster. EBS Building Supplies. Can do. Just ask.
Welcome back to the Black Bear Insider, now joined by Maine football sophomore Christoph Malumba Chimanga. Chris, thank you very much for being here with us. You know, last season, very successful. Did you enjoy your time away from football after coming away with a CAA championship?
Definitely, but you know, we still work hard the offseason trying to get better and trying to come back and win another CAA championship.
Now, that's one of the things that I think this team is known for, is that hard work that's put in the offseason. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely, and I felt that comes from the coaches and the players. We have the right mentality, and every time we go to work, we just, you know, we get everything we get.
What kind of things do you do in the off season?
We have dome challenges, we have the lifting, and we wake up maybe 4 times a week at 6 a.m., run, work on lateral movement, sprints, and we lift about 3 times a week.
Now, you are only a sophomore here. I mean, you're redshirted sophomore season, but I think you're a guy who, from what I've heard, is a leader on this defense. And what's that been like for you, going from one year to the next, taking more of a leadership role?
I mean, it's not really a difference though, except that last year I felt like I was just in the back, you know, learning a lot. And I feel like this year, you know, young players just rely on me a little bit more, and they look up to me. And when they have questions, I kind of feel like more important on the team, definitely.
No, does that come from your role, where you play, your familiarity with the defensive scheme? Why do you feel more important?
It definitely comes from my position, being the Mike linebacker. You know, I gotta set the front, you know, get the call, and like I'm basically like the quarterback of the defense. So that's a plus. And definitely like off the field, my personality, people would like to be around me, you know.
Why do you think that is?
I think they say I'm funny, so I guess I'm a funny guy.
There you go. I love it. You are a funny guy. Now, now, out of the gate, week 1 with a victory, but it's been a very interesting season for Maine because, well, you're still in the middle of it, but after you open up in August, you're not back here in Orono for another month. It's a very unique way the schedule is laid out for you.
Yeah, we're gonna be on the road a lot, and I think it's not a bad thing. Being on the road is something different. It seems like more kind of business trip. We go there for one night and we just play and come back. But, you know, I can't wait to come back here and play, you know, in front of the crowd in Orono, definitely.
Talk to me a little bit about this year's defense and why you think the strengths of it are.
The strengths is really stop the run. You know, Coach H always put us in position, you know, to stop the run. We fit everything perfectly, and we play with swarm, violence, and excitement every play. Just run to the ball, fly around.
Under Coach Harris Simiak, you just mentioned, he's now the defensive coordinator. What's it been like for you and your guys to have him be the man in charge?
I mean, we love him. You know, I die for him every night. You know, every time we play, I die for him because, you know, he respects me a lot and he trusts me a lot. So.
Now, what kind of things do you think need to happen in order to be successful the rest of the way down the road here?
I feel like on defense, you just got to keep running to the ball, keep listening to the coaches, stay coaching, and keep getting better.
Now, do you have high hopes for the rest of the way? I mean, coming off a CAA championship last year, what can we expect the rest of the way?
I feel like coming off that last Saturday, we just gotta get better. You know, there's no stress, no panic. We just gotta keep getting better because we got the players and we got the mentality. So just keep keep practicing hard, and keep believing in ourselves.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. You're now off the hook. I've asked you a number of questions, but now a new segment here for us. You fans may out there may be wondering a few things about your favorite Black Bear athletes. Here is Ask a Black Bear.
I'd probably have to say a bowl of fruit, not really specific, and then a big plate of pasta.
I would say chicken parm.
Usually get like a bagel with like strawberry cream cheese. I have that like every day of my life. My friends make fun of me.
I like to listen to a little bit of Meek Mill. I like Big Sean and Yo Gotti.
I listen to a lot of rock. I try to like my daddy's type of music, like older music, probably from like the 90s and stuff.
Anything but country music.
Definitely some Jay-Z, a little bit of Drake, and some Miley Cyrus.
History is my favorite subject.
I'd probably say science, because it was the easiest for me. It was really fun.
I would have to go with English. I like writing a lot. I don't mind reading, so.
Science. I'm an animal science major, so really like that type of stuff.
Hey Black Bear fans, if you would like to have your questions answered by a Black Bear athlete, simply post or tweet using the hashtag #AskABlackBear for a chance to have your questions answered on the show.
Don't go away. When Black Bear Insider comes back, we know that Liz Wood is pretty good on the court, but what she does off it is just as impressive. We'll be right back.
No matter what your game is, indoors or out, the Student Recreation and Fitness Center at the University of Maine is your place to play, work out, relax, and have fun. The Rec Center has state-of-the-art cardio and weight training equipment, a pool, spa, and sauna, a running track, and more than 60 fitness classes a week. Or take your game outside with the Maine-bound Adventure Center. Hit the climbing or bouldering wall, learn how to kayak, or go rock climbing. Whatever game you like, the Student Recreation and Fitness Center is your place to play.
Hey, Billy, how goes it? Hey, man, I'm stranded. You think you can come pick me up?
Where you at?
Route 13, 50 miles out.
I'm kind of busy right now. It's gonna be a little bit.
Awesome.
Why was US Cellular built to work way out here? Because being stuck in the middle of nowhere should be up to your buddy, not your spotty wireless provider. With 4G LTE coverage for nearly 90% of our customers, you get national coverage that works harder locally. US Cellular, hello better.
Welcome back to the Black Bear Insider. Many rules and regulations to follow for student athletes here in Orono. We're now going to visit Compliance Corner, brought to you by Lanham, Blackwell, and Baber.
Hey Black Bear fans, this is Brett Baber with Lanham, Blackwell, and Baber, and this is Compliance Corner. We're here to help you understand some of the most misunderstood rules and regulations that commonly affect our Black Bear athletes and programs. Today I'd like to talk to you about what defines a booster and who a booster is. Most people think of boosters as our popular friends of groups, but many other people are boosters as well. You may even find that you are a booster and never even knew it. A booster is anyone who has ever promoted the athletic department, provided services for UMaine athletics, made any financial contribution to any team or the athletic department, purchased season tickets to any Black Bear program, works or worked for the athletic department, or is the spouse of someone who has done so, and has otherwise promoted the athletic department or program in any manner. Have you discovered that you may be a booster? Here is the most important thing to remember. Once you've been identified as a booster, you retain that title indefinitely, even many, many years later. Boosters have very specific limitations placed on them, so if you have any questions about this or any other compliance questions, feel free to contact the Black Bear Compliance Office at 207-581-1537 or visit goblackbears.com/information/compliance. This has been Compliance Corner, brought to you by Lanham, Blackwell, and Baber.
Now you've seen her on the court, but now we're going to take a different look at Maine women's basketball player Liz Wood as we follow her into the classroom.
The term student athlete for me is a lot more than like a lot of people think it is. I like to dabble in a lot of different things. I'm trying to get involved in groups on campus. I'm the president of Student Athlete Advisory Committee. I work some with the Honors College, their student advisory board. I've done internships just trying to you know, dip my toe in a lot of different areas and see what I'm interested in. When I was recruited, I knew that it would be hard. You know, it's hard to turn a program around. And so my freshman year was definitely a struggle. It was a struggle for everyone, you know, just trying to change the culture of the program. Establishing discipline and hard work within every player is a hard thing to do when it's not already established. So that was a lot of freshman year, and obviously it was hard because we only had 4 wins. Last year we had a 13-game win improvement, which was great, you know, but we know we can do so much more, and so I think that drives us every day. Leadership is a lot harder than people think. It's something you have to work at, and I didn't really realize that coming into college. You know, it's something you have to practice, you have to study, you know, you have to learn your players, learn how to lead people, because people respond to different types of leadership differently. So I think, especially over the past year, I've tried to focus on becoming a better leader, and putting myself in leadership positions like in SAC and on the team has definitely helped me just by pushing me.
She's making me so much better because she's basically challenging me in everything. Like, it doesn't matter if it's about sport or school, like we make everything competitive. Like, it's so easy with her because she just wants the best, like she wants the best for everybody.
The fact that people in the community, especially young kids, look up to me it's a blessing. You know, I have the power to make a positive impact on, even if it's one little girl's life, and who's in middle school right now looking up to me. So I definitely take that into account in my actions every day. You know, whether it's on social media or if it's, you know, on the court talking in interviews like this. Like, I know people are watching me who I can affect positively, and that means a lot to me. So I had an internship this summer in Colorado at Colorado State University. And what I did is I helped work on a NASA-funded project in cancer biology. So basically what NASA was trying to find out is if the radiation astronauts experience in space would cause any different types of cancer than the experience on Earth. It was different than anything I've ever experienced before. I think it just really opened my eyes to the world of medical research. 5 to 10 years from now, hopefully I'll be finishing up medical school, deciding what I want to be as far as what I want to do in the medical profession. There's a lot of different options for me. Right now I'm trying to choose between being a pediatrician or some type of surgeon. The student-athlete experience for me isn't exactly what I thought it would be. It's better than I could have imagined. You know, it's definitely harder and it's more stressful, and there are lots of things that you don't imagine. Like, when you think student-athlete, you think of like the lights and, you know, signing autographs and like playing in big games in front of big crowds, but it's so much more than that, and I think like all the hard work and the struggles that go behind it make it even more meaningful for me.
Can't wait to see Liz Wood and that Maine women's basketball team take the court in just a few months, but before that, it's starting to get a little colder here in Orono as the fall sets in. We're going to take a look at the upcoming schedule brought to you by US Cellular. Certainly some big games on that upcoming schedule. Before you know it, the Maine men's basketball team will be on it. And speaking of the Maine men's team, the Black Bears and their coaching staff decided to take part in a 5K run 13 years after the events of 9/11 to honor the fallen heroes who passed away on that day.
These heroes wear many different uniforms: military, police, firefighters, emergency responders, and some have stepped forward in other ways and do not wear a uniform at all.
Well, we're out here to go for a run, get a little workout in, but also to support a great cause. You know, it's for wounded warriors and people who tragically died in 9/11. It's also a chance for our team to get out in the community and connect a little bit, so it should be a lot of fun.
We want to present our program right now because it's a kind of new program. We start over from the zero. And I think this is really important, so people see that we are actually involved in stuff like this, and that I think they're gonna give us back by coming to our games and stuff.
But we, the living, left behind, what can we do? You're here doing it. This is beautiful.
How old were you when 9/11 happened, and what do you remember about that day?
I think I was in 2nd grade, and I don't know, I just remember being really scared. I remember we left school early, and just coming home and just watching the news and seeing the buildings burning and stuff. It was just terrifying.
I was in 3rd grade, so about 8 years old. And, I just remember a lot of parents coming to pick their kids up from school, everyone leaving school early. And I was young, so I really didn't know what was going on until I got home.
I was at Providence College. I was checking classes. I was out making sure our guys were in their 8:30 classes. And when I got back to my office, I heard something on the radio about a plane, and I turned on the TV, and I just remember a pit in my stomach, not really being able to move, just trying to figure out what was happening.
I was in elementary school, I think, and I just heard that the terrorist attack happened, and of course, because in 1999 we have a lot of like bombing stuff in Serbia, so I connected that stuff to that because it's terrible to anybody that happens or something like that.
Well, that wraps it up for this week's episode of Black Bear Insider. Thank you very much for joining us. If you want more information on your favorite teams, go to goblackbears.com for all the latest scores, stats, and highlights. We will be back here in 2 weeks. Until then, we'll say, go Black Bears.